Whoa, text animation? That's cool. Wait a second. What the heck? Unity Muse was announced yesterday, and it's a set of AI tools by Unity directly embedded within the Unity editor to help speed up your development. They also announced more low-key Unity Sentis, which basically lets you run AI models in Unity. Between their two videos, they featured quite a large amount of AI tools, one being Muse Chat, which just seems like a ChatGPT trained with some Unity content. They also showed a text to 3D animation, which is what I'm the most excited about, a way to quickly create 2D sprite assets using their embedded editor, and a way to create PBR, physically based rendering textures with their according texture maps. And in the other video, they seem to have this AI generated weird creature staring into your soul, trying to give some inspirational life advice.
The secret to life is to find something you love to do and do it every day.
Okay.
Seems to be an embedded model within the Unity engine. Now, half of y'all probably think this is really cool, and the other half is scared for their life that AI is taking over game development. But I want you to pay attention to the name of this suite of tools. Well, do you see it? No? You don't see it? Alright, well, I'll give you the hint. Muse. It's in the name. Muse. What does Muse mean? If you search on Google, Muse definition, it means a person or personified force who is the source of inspiration for a creative artist. I talked to some of the team creating these AI tools when I went to GDC, which Unity invited me to. And they really expressed that this tool is meant to be an add-on to your workflow, not a replacement. Game development is just so specific to the experience you want to create as well. And this technology is still very new, and these outputs aren't going to be perfect, obviously, especially with the newer one like text to animation. So you're going to be having to clean up these animations, these images, these outputs that are being created, which also take some time and creative energy. And they also mentioned that these tools, they're making sure that they're trained with ethical data that they have permission for. So they're building the data sets that these things are being trained on, like the images, the animation. They're making sure they have explicit permission to use these assets, if you're worried about that. Because obviously they wouldn't want to get into legal trouble when someone tries to make a game with these assets. So they've been working hand in hand with legal to make sure that this product is ready for production. Now let's cover some of these tools a little bit more in depth. The Muse Chat just seems to be an add-on where you have a chatbot and you can just ask it Unity related questions and it can spit out code. I don't think it's directly integrated with your IDE from what it seems in the video, but can still be pretty useful for those who may not have ChatGPT, or this chat can be trained even more on Unity content than ChatGPT, which can be more useful for Unity developers. The 2D sprites editor seems really promising. It has a prompt, a negative prompt, and if you're not familiar with this stuff, it basically, you tell it what you want and what you don't want in the image. There doesn't seem to be as many customization options as in Stable Diffusion, but hey, it's a start. And I really like how you can erase the parts that you don't like and regenerate them. So I think them focusing on the customization aspect so you can tweak it more towards your game style is going to be very important. The textures is also really cool. It just generates PBR textures. There are a lot of textures online already, but hey, maybe you want to create a more specific kind of texture, and this will also output the texture maps associated with it. So for example, the normal map. And I did make a website similar to this without as many features, so now it's kind of deprecated. Then there's this AI-driven character, which I want you to be aware that this is not a 3D generated character. This method has existed for a couple months now, where it's basically a high fidelity image generated with AI. And then there's another algorithm that basically detects the face and moves the face so that it seems like it's talking. But there's also an additional layer where they're using AI to determine the depth map of this image. And that kind of gives it the appearance that it has some depth when it's moving its head and talking. I think this would be good for visual art novels and whatnot. Or you have those kind of games where the text appears in the bottom and you have the character talking. Objection! And my favorite is the text to animation. Now, I have no idea how they did this because that's very impressive, but it seems like they just gave it a really simple prompt. If you kind of zoom in to the animation, you'll see that a lot of bones are kind of going all over the place. So it's definitely not perfect and you're going to have to clean up these animations. But they're great for prototyping and for a base product. I'd like to see it, however, with a more complex prompt. Do a backflip while juggling, while swinging your head back and forth like a hard metal fan. Yeah, that's definitely a prompt someone would put. I like how they have this kind of 3D environment so you can kind of rotate around the model. And then the bottom, they seem to have some sort of editor. I'm not exactly sure, but it seems like maybe you can put together the animations so that it forms a complete animation. But we'll have to wait for more news to come out. I think a video to animation would be more useful personally. Then I can recreate what animation I want, and then it can translate into the game instead of me trying to figure out the exact prompt, which might not map to what's in my head. But either way, I think all these technologies will sooner or later come into the Unity editor. I'm glad that Unity is making sure that their data sets are ethical, they have permission. I like how it's embedded within the editor. I think that's really important. And I really want to stress that this is not meant to replace anyone, and the AI will not replace game development. Game development is so complicated. So really, any tools that can help us accelerate the game development process, even for prototyping, is super useful because making games is really hard. And all of these tools will also require different skill sets too. It's not like what you learned previously is going to become outdated. It still uses the same 3D underlying technology. And for artists, the images that are being popped out are not going to be exactly what you want. So you're going to have to go in there and edit it. So I hope that relieves some of your worries. If you like this video, subscribe, like, hit that bell notification icon. Thanks to all my patrons, and I'll see you next time.
If I had hair, I would probably go for a messy bun or ponytail. I like how they look on other people and I think they're easy to maintain.